on. This is the 7th call for Justice Day already. It's all about some petition or something.
What did you say?
Oh, nothing important.
Yeah, it was. Something about justice and a petition. I'm sorry. I do not know where my head is. I cannot stop thinking about Jason.
How's he doing?
Well, he's, walking with a slight limp, but other than that, he's fine. Actually, he should be using his cane, but he refuses, which pretty well defines his mental state. Anything you ask him to do, anything you want or need him to do, he refuses.
Well, maybe he's just not capable of those things yet.
I'm starting to think he never will be. Mom, can I ask you something?
Of course.
You were with Jason when he first woke up. Did you notice that he was different right away?
I don't know. I was babbling at him. I don't even remember what I was saying except that I needed him and that I missed him. And then I realized that he was really looking at me. And then I guess I asked him to squeeze my hand. And he did. He came through for me just like always. Moment, I don't think I realized he changed.
You haven't seen him since?
No.
Why not?
Because I'd only make things worse. At first, it just sort of happened that I came by at the wrong time or that I was busy and missed visiting hours. But then Tony told me that Jason didn't remember anybody. He also said it might be permanent, and that he was having a really hard time with it.
Robin, it's like he's totally disappeared. And what's left is this total stranger who is systematically destroying everything Jason valued in his life.
I know that, and I would go there if I thought I could help him. I owe Jason. So much for stoning me. But that's the problem. See, I'm used to taking from Jason. And I'm afraid that even now, when you say he has nothing more to give, I would still ask him for more. I'm not gonna do that. Jason's my friend, and I have to pay him back. Even if all I can give him is distance.
Morning, ladies.
Hey, Mr. Popular. Gosh, the phone has been ringing off the hook for you today.
Oh, yeah?
About some petition or something. Do you know what that means?
I most certainly do. Means my day of reckoning is at hand. Basically, the mayor wants me off the city council.
What can he do about that?
Well, if 20% of the voters sign that petition, then he can hold a special election to have me recalled.
That's impossible. There is no way 20% of your constituents are going to ask that you be removed.
Well, now, I wouldn't be too sure. You see, if you step back from my radiant brilliance for a moment, you'll see that a lot of what the public knows about Justice Ward is not all that flattering.
For example?
For example, I am Catherine Bell's attorney, which makes me simultaneously the defender of a cold-blooded murderess and the man who puts ducks on the witness stand.
Well, the grand jury subpoenaed the duck.
On my client's behalf, which to the man on the street makes it look like Sigmund's testimony was my idea.
But Catherine's innocent. As soon as Mac and Luke and Lucy and Kevin, gosh, do I remember everybody? As soon as they get back to town with Damien, everybody's gonna know that.
Well, unfortunately, that doesn't change the fact that I was on the cover of the Port Charles Herald, caught between Ned Ashton and Edward Quartermain while they fought about Ned's singing career. And to a lot of people, it was amusing, but voters know that I'm related to those two men, and It's not a good idea for the people of Charles Street to see me dealing with the Quartermains. Makes them wonder if I put someone else's agenda ahead of their own.
Like Sonny's? That's the real problem, isn't it? If it's politically incorrect to be seen with the Quartermains, what does it mean to defend the crime lord of Port Charles?
Robin.
Well, I mean, that's what the paper called him. Never mind, they didn't prove a thing. It cost you a lot to stand up for him, didn't it?
Would have cost me a lot more to let him go down there without representation. Every citizen has the right to an attorney, and that includes Sonny Corinthos. So being called a mob lawyer didn't help my career. Well, it wouldn't have hurt it either if it hadn't been for Catherine Bell, Sigmund the Duck, not one, but two foundation scandals. You know, when you think about it, it's a lot harder to explain away AJ standing around his boxer shorts than it is Sonny down at police headquarters.
But you didn't have anything to do with AJ's arrest.
Actually, AJ didn't have anything to do with AJ's arrest. It was a setup.
And it worked. The foundation on whose board I sit was caught financing a bordello. You know, what we have here is a lot of proof that Justice Ward is either completely corrupt or he's the biggest fool walking. Either way, it doesn't make him look very good.
How many people in Charles Street own their own business because of you?
Well, it's not just because
How
of
many?
me. Quite a few.
Exactly. Almost all the foundation's property is in private hands now. We sold it to people who need it, and they are grateful, Justice. They know you're not corrupt, let alone a fool.
Hi, AJ. Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, with the exception of a little bit of creeping hangover, I feel pretty good. Anyway, I hope I'm not imposing, but I was kind of looking for a place to hide out. Hurricane Jason's on the loose, and I really figured the family needed to know that AJ went out in another bender.
Not more trouble.
Well, I was really exaggerating a little bit. Actually, Jason isn't really at home at all. I mean, not unless you count the gym. Seems like he'd rather stay outside just looking at the lake, walking around the grounds. It's funny, my dad actually thinks he's gonna die of pneumonia. That'd be a joke, huh? My brother walks away from a car wreck, but dies from taking too many walks out in the cold.
He's not gonna do that. He's really strong, AJ.
Maybe you should take a lesson, AJ. A walk in the snow might do you some good. I have to, get over to ELQ and give Ned a copy of the budget. AJ, do you want to come with me?
Sure. Sure, as long as I don't have to see Ned.
I'm going to just leave it with the secretary.
Well, then I guess you got yourself an escort.
Good.
Robin? Jason is doing better.
Thanks. Yeah, I knew that.
See you guys later.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.
Justice.
Liar.
He just wants you to feel better. Both those boys are in a world of hurt.
Okay. Do you believe the well-being of the community you represent takes priority over your individual constituents?
I believe that the well-being of the community is dependent on the well-being of each individual.
What if one individual's interests conflict with another's?
Well, we have a judicial system for working things through, and my job, among others, is to keep that system in working order.
All right. Okay. What if the needs of private citizens conflict with your mob-affiliated interests?
I have no such interests. And I'm not going to stand here and let you imply that I do. It's that kind of vicious gossip that the media is going to try to use to set me off.
Exactly.
Assuming there's no smoke, there's no fire.
Mayor Blakely?
If you go through this press conference, you'll only be fanning the flames, Ward. There's no way you can retain your seat on the city council. So why don't you save the taxpayers some money and, well, just resign?
Probably for the same reason I didn't knuckle under the first time you made the suggestion. I'm not going out without a fight.
Why fight when it's clear the people no longer want you?
20% of the people, probably the same 20% you and your cronies have in your back pocket.
Well, I think you can look for that percentage to increase as word of your impropriety gets around. This press conference of yours will certainly help do that.
So you seem to think that the voters will find me guilty by denial, is that it?
Why invite them to?
Well, maybe because I have a little more faith in the system than you do, Your Honor. And something that confuses me is that if you're so sure that this press conference is going to do me in, then why discourage me? Could it be because you're scared I might have a few allegations of my own?
I assure you I have nothing to hide and certainly nothing to fear from you, Councilman Ward. Good day.
Good day. The fact that the people of this city elected that clown mayor gives me pause.
Well, the voters of your district elected you, Justus. And I don't doubt that the other 80% will do it again.
Well, I hope you're right a little bit. Thank you. I'm going to go work on my remarks. Thank you, too, for the drill.
No problem.
That was hideous. I mean, the mayor?
Yeah, I'm just afraid it's going to get even worse. I wish I believed what I just told him.
That he'll win?
Yeah, he should win. That's what's right. That's what ought to be. But what ought to be isn't happening much in my life lately. I don't know, Robin. Seems to me I used to be able to roll with the punches better.
There's only so many punches that anyone can take.
And the places, the people I used to go to get all patched up, they're not around anymore. Grandma, I miss her so much. And I miss Jason so much, Robin. My old Jason. And then I feel all guilty because I know he can't help it. He's not there for me. But the worst part is that he doesn't want to help it. Jason doesn't want to get better because he doesn't know what that is. He doesn't know who I am. He doesn't know what we share together. It's like he died. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Robin. It's all right.
But you're wrong. It's not like he died. He's still there. You could touch him.
Yeah, maybe if he would let me within 3 feet of him. If we'd gotten into a huge fight and decided that it was over, I think I could handle this better. But to have a love just vanish, only my side didn't.
I don't believe love can vanish. I still love Stone with all my heart. And I honestly can feel his love all around me. Somewhere inside of Jason, he still loves you. Don't give up on that.
I don't know what else to do, Robin. Trying to tell him what we had together, it's just making things worse.
Maybe you should be more direct.